deviate. Don't become frustrated. All you have to do to win this battle is stay on track. There are moments that try the human soul, that if the truth were told, all of us have had moments that we wanted to throw up our hands and walk away. Discouragement can creep in secretly. Discouragement is so bold that it will even hide behind a smile. Discouragement will walk right into a middle-class house. It won't just stop there. It'll go in a mansion and sit on the side of a jacuzzi and tell you life is not worth living. If you listen at discouragement, it will cause you to make bad decisions. It will cause you to think that life is not worth living. You will wonder if you're ever going to get out of what you're into.
We all face situations that look like they'll never change. We know what God has promised, but when we look at the circumstances, it says we're stuck. There's no sign of things improving. But the scripture says the things we see are temporary, but the things we can't see are eternal. One translation says the things we see are subject to change.
Here's the deal. Change is inevitable. No matter what's going on in your life, it's not permanent. Everything is going to change.
Don't make a permanent decision over a temporary circumstance. Don't allow a moment of agony to make you draw a conclusion about life prematurely. Because if you just keep on walking with God, God has a way of making everything all right.
Your health may not look good. It's subject to change. Your dream may seem impossible. That's subject to change. When thoughts tell you that it's permanent, instead of being discouraged, turn it around. Yes, it may look that way, but I know a secret. It is subject to change. When a caterpillar is crawling on the ground, barely moving, he looks up and sees a beautiful butterfly. The more he watches, the more depressed he gets. When he looks at his circumstances, there's nothing about them that says he will ever fly. If an expert examined him, he would give him no chance of taking flight. He has no wings. But there's something different about the caterpillar. In its DNA, it's been programmed at a certain time to develop wings. Even though it seems impossible, one day it does the impossible. All that time he thought he was stuck on the ground, he didn't realize it wasn't permanent. His wings were coming. Like that caterpillar, all your circumstances may say you'll never fly. You come from the wrong family. You'll always struggle in your finances, always be addicted. No, get ready, your wings are coming. God did not create you to crawl. He created you to soar, to take new ground. Now quit being discouraged by what you see. What you see is subject to change. But it would be different if a caterpillar was born with wings that didn't work and eventually they were activated. But I believe one reason God made the caterpillar a worm without wings was to encourage us that when it seems the least likely for you to fly, no way you'll accomplish your dream, you can remember the caterpillar. If it went from being grounded to being a beautiful butterfly, then God can change what looks impossible to you. Now you may be in the caterpillar stage. Things don't look promising. God is saying, don't worry, your wings are coming. Your breakthrough is coming. You're not going to just get ahead. You're going to see supernatural opportunities, things that you couldn't make happen. When a caterpillar transforms into a butterfly, it doesn't just have the ability to crawl faster. It comes into a whole new dimension. When you get your wings, you're not going to just be better at what you can do right now. God is going to catapult you into a new dimension. Acceleration. Things are going to happen sooner than you thought. Should have taken you a lifetime to pay your house off, but you did it in a fraction of the time. What happened? You went from crawling to flying. That's the hand of God thrusting you ahead. You think you're doing good? Wait till you get your wings. You haven't seen, heard, or imagined what God has in store. He's going to open doors you never dreamed would open. You're going to discover gifts, talents, creativity that you didn't know you had. Are you believing what you're seeing or what you're hearing? What you see may be lack, caterpillar on the ground, but what God is speaking to your spirit is abundance, new levels. What you're hearing is more powerful than what you're seeing. And if you stay focused on the drought, how big the problem is, that's going to keep you in a caterpillar mode. You have to get your mind going in the right direction. You can't think caterpillar thoughts and live a butterfly life. I can't get ahead. I've reached my limits. Your own thinking will keep your wings from developing. There will be a battle taking place in your mind between what you see and what you hear. I hear I'm a butterfly. I'm destined to do great things. Then that other voice, well, where are your wings? Sometimes there will be no sign that it's going to happen. That's when you have to dig down deep and say, God, my mind says I'm crazy, but I still believe what you promised is on the way. Part of this test is sometimes the situation will get worse before it gets better. If you will pass this test of things getting worse while you're doing the right thing, you will come into abundance. The getting worse is a sign that the breakthrough is coming. Even with the caterpillar, before it gets its wings, the caterpillar goes into a cocoon. In the cocoon, it's dark. He can't move. At least when he was a caterpillar, he could crawl around. Now, he's totally restricted. I'm sure he thinks, I was believing for wings. Now I have no mobility. It's worse than ever. But in a little while, after that dark season, he comes out of the cocoon not the same. Now it's a butterfly. Now you may be in the cocoon today. You're believing to get better, to take new ground, but it's gone the other way. It's all a part of the process. Don't get discouraged. You're about to come in to who you were created to be. That uncomfortable season when you were doing the right thing and the wrong thing was happening, it wasn't bad luck, it was a test. And because you stayed in faith, because you kept declaring abundance is coming, you're going to come out with your wings. No more barely getting by, living mediocre. This is a new day. No sickness, no addiction, no obstacle. What's trying to stop you is not permanent. Not only are you going to come out, but in the process, you're going to get your wings. When you're in the caterpillar stage, it's easy to talk yourself out of it. The way to stay in faith is keep reminding yourself, my wings are coming. Don't reduce what God promised you to fit your faith. Don't bring it down to your level, come up to His level. Don't be limited by your faith, stretch your faith. What God has in your future is so big, it's going to be intimidating. While you're excited, at the same time, you'll be tempted to shrink back. That's never happened in my family. God wouldn't have given it to you if He didn't have a way to bring it to pass. He is not asking you to figure it out. He's asking you to believe. When you believe, God can make things happen that you could never make happen. Keep your mind filled with faith. God is still on the throne. He's planned out your days for good. God didn't bring you this far to leave you. Yes, we're going to have disappointments, things we don't understand. You're not moved by what's not happening. You believe that God is in control and that what He promised will come to pass. Don't be intimidated by the opposition. That's a sign that you're close to your victory.